Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
All right, y'all. How y'all doing?
Doing awesome. Glad to be here. It's Monday, y'all.
Oh, it's time to get into some shenanigans. Hold on now. Trying to get these lips together and this hair together. Oh,
yes, come on.
Press it down. Hey, come right back up. Hey.
Yeah, oh, okay, yes. Come on, lips are popping. Yes, all times.
Listen, y'all, it is time for our reality conversation. Y'all, we got so much to talk about on this 90-day. Listen, 90-Day Fiancé is coming up at 7:30. We're going to air that tonight at 7:30. Jonathan, I got to try and do this in 1 hour because I didn't even do the thumbnail yet for that. I've been so busy. So we're going to finish at about 7. Let's try and finish at 7. But you guys, right now, we're going to have our conversation on Martha's Vineyard. Listen, Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Ooh, the heat is heating. It is heating.
Unnecessarily, but it is still heating. Yes.
I know. Let me tell you, but you know what? We're going to have the conversation. Hey, Dustin.
What's going on,
you
Dustin?
for being here. Hello, Lady Virgo. Thank you for being here as well. Thank you for being here. All right, let me turn off these other devices. Thank you. Hubby just bought me in this other one. Let's turn these off and let's get into this conversation. Jonathan, first I want to start out by, checking on you. How you doing?
I'm doing what? I'm doing well. I had a great Mother's Day weekend in Atlanta with the family. We were all there together. It's always great when we're all together and able to fellowship and eat. So we had some wonderful Mexican food. We ate real good and we had a lot of laughter. It was a good time. We did a little bit of shopping. Well, Mama and Jennifer did a little shopping. I really didn't buy much of anything, but yeah, we still had a wonderful time. How was your Mother's Day?
It was so nice. Let me tell you, hubby and I, that Saturday night, I was like, well, what do you want to do tomorrow? Do you want to do anything? I'm asking him, what do you want to do? You want to do anything? And he's like, babe, whatever you want to do. So I was like, I don't know, whatever you want to do. So we ended up taking a day trip up to North Carolina.
Okay.
We did a day trip to North Carolina, spent the day out there, had a great time. Saw some old friends of ours and had a nice little time out there. And then we had to head on back to Georgia because I told my husband, I said, if we do anything, we got to be home by the time my daughter gets off work because I will not have her come home. And Mama's not home on Mother's Day. I was not going to do that.
Right.
So we came on back and then spent the evening with her, and it was just a great time. And I was having a nice time. And I had to really get away to kind of clear my head because, my mom's in heaven and, aunties and stuff like that. They're good, but nobody can replace that mama. And the one lady that used to be able to kind of fill in where my mom wasn't there was my grandmother. And grandmom's in heaven now too. So I like to do something on that day that's just going to take my mind off of all the celebrations type per se.
Right.
And so I like to get away and have my mind to be on just enjoying the day.
Right. Exactly. That's wonderful. That's beautiful to hear always.
Yes, that kind of thing. But listen, I was so happy. Everybody, I'm sure they had a great time. And I'm glad that you came down. And Jonathan, we have got to get to see you when you come down.
I know. Maybe if we give you a little bit more heads up for the next time that we are talking about coming down for Father's Day. So I might be in Atlanta for Father's Day. So be on the lookout for that.
Well, you know what? If you do, and we're in town, because my husband and I, we keep bags in the car. We keep
jet setting, honey. Right and left. By coastal, honey. By coastal.
The housewives conversation.
Yes.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. How you doing, girl? Yes, bi-coastal. That is hilarious. Well, you know what? Let's get into this conversation. Let's have us a good old time. Listen, I'm getting notifications, Jonathan. I'm getting notifications. Uh, I try and run the show, but then I get these notifications of stuff that's going on that we need to cover. So there's one notification. Pastor Keon Henderson tries to stop his congregation from praising and catching the spirit. Oh no, we are not going to do that. Wait. And they just praising. They just praising.
Uh-oh. Oh, so sound like some regulating going down in Houston, honey.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm gonna have to share this one. Let's get into this conversation. Hey, Joseph.
What's going on, Joseph?
Thank you, Joseph. Joseph said, hey, beautiful people. It's a rainy but amazing Monday in Houston. How is everyone feeling? Like and share. Y'all, come on now. Like and share. Thank you, Lady Virgo. Thank you for the hair. I keep trying to push it down.
It looks good today. I'm loving the way it looks. It looks wonderful.
Thank you. All right, so let's get into Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Listen here, Jonathan, Bree and Simon. Why don't we start off with Bree and Simon?
That's where I wanted to start off with to begin with. This seems to be a very, I won't say a very toxic relationship, but they don't seem like they should be together. It doesn't seem like they're seeing eye to eye. And the problem isn't communication, because they do communicate. It's just that they don't listen when they communicate. So when Bree told Simon not to come down, now I didn't see her on camera telling him not to come downstairs in the flamingo outfit, but apparently since she said 11 times that she told him not to come downstairs in the outfit, she must have told him not to come downstairs in the outfit. So she had an issue with that, and then they talked out on the patio, and she said, well, you know, I have issues with you. You're from Germany, and your German friends and family, they don't see me, they don't love me, they don't accept me. Some of your friends are racist. You don't protect me, and I'm supposed to feel protected. Well, you know, when you get into a relationship where your cultures are so different, and you know, and there's such differences in the way that you conduct yourself, then you're going to run into those types of things. And so, yes, I would expect for Simon to protect his woman and say, hey, that's my woman, much like Kobe protects Emily on 90 Day Fiance, happily ever after. You know, you would expect that. But when it's not happening, you have the choice as to whether you're going to continue that relationship with that man who is clearly not protecting you, or are you going to hold on to that bag, which I believe Simon is Bree's bag. Okay.
I don't know why he holding on so tight to her.
That's what I want to know. What is it that's keeping him with her? Because Simon can drop Bree like a bad habit at any time that he chooses, and there ain't nothing that she can really do about it. So I don't know what is the draw from Bree to Simon. I don't get that. I understand why Bree might want to be with Simon, but I don't get why Simon is interested in Bree. It makes no sense.
I have no idea.
She's so uptight and she's so conservative at times, but then at other times she wants to get buck wild and, you know, do her drinking thing. But Simon is so happy and carefree, and you know, he wants to enjoy every single bit of life that he has while he has it. And you know, Bree seems like such a stick in the mud, and I don't understand what their thing is that they have going on.
I don't know what is wrong with Simon, why he wants to hold on to her. I am going to share a little bit about what she said, because I think what she said, one point I'm going to agree with her, and the other point I'm going to voice what I think. She's just spoiled to the core.
Absolutely. It's all about me.
It is all about her. Michelle said their relationship to me is toxic, in my opinion. I think it is toxic, but I think it's one-sided toxic. I think Bria was toxic. But before I do that, I was doing this so fast. I had my thumbnail up so quick. I don't know if Jonathan got to see my thumbnail real good. And I did this dedicated to Jonathan, because I know he likes good eye candy.
Okay.
So let me share this with you.
Please do, because I definitely didn't see the thumbnail. Oh, yes, absolutely. Alex and Amir. Beautiful. Okay, see what I mean by thick, honey? Okay. Do you see the thickness, or do you appreciate it? And Alex has a nice body too. Alex is actually very, very, very handsome as well. I mean, I think Amir kind of overshadows all the men in the house, quite naturally, of course. But Alex is a very good-looking man himself. So yes, absolutely. I approve this thumbnail. I approve, honey. Yes.
I thought you might. I thought you just might. I thought, you know, I'm gonna give you a little gift today, because you are always so dedicated to the channel. I said, I am going to dedicate this thumbnail to Jonathan.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
And you're welcome.
appreciate it. Yes. And I'm not
And
the
you're welcome.
biggest fan of the color red, but them red boxers are
Mhm.
looking quite snug and wonderful and beautiful on Mr. Amir. Absolutely.
Well, there you go. Let me get into this conversation regarding Bria. Okay. So Michelle,
Let me ask you, Regina, what did you
mhm,
feel about Bria telling Simon that the relationship is over? Because we've heard Jasmine on
let's
90 Day
talk about it.
Fiancé tell Gino that a million times. What do
Mhm.
you think of women who threaten the end of a relationship to get across in the middle of an argument in their relationships?
Let me answer that. Yeah, Michelle is cracking up laughing. Lady Virgo, she's Regina Georgia. You need to do a continuation video on that darn Shawnee Henderson. She's receiving so much back blow on her comments about Shaq. We're gonna do that. We are. So let me ask you, Lady Virgo said Jojo love them thickums.
Okay.
Let me answer the one thing. Okay, let's start with Bria. Bria saying, "Oh, Simon, this relationship is over," and blah. But yet, hold on. Let me share something with y'all because you got to be observant
Uh-huh.
when people say anything. When the girls are saying this stuff, you got to be observant.
Right.
And here's what happened: Bria's telling Simon, "Oh, well, you can go. This relationship is over." All while she's standing in front of the door so he can't get out.
Right. Exactly. Blocking his exit. Okay.
So if he can go, girl, move.
Right. And if you want him to pack up so bad, why don't you help him do it? Okay. Why don't you put the stuff in the suitcase? Okay.
Thank you. His bag should have been packed already. That's what it should have
Already.
been. Okay. So I don't think she wanted him to leave. She's just a spoiled brat, and that's honestly what I think she does.
Right.
To get his attention, to get him to kind of stop everything that he's doing. And Bria's gonna leave me, and I can't let her
Yes.
do that. And so it's an attention grab, and it's been working for her. And I think one day, Simon, if you listening, come here, Simon. If you listening, come here. If you
Yes. Come
listening,
for Auntie
Simon.
Regina. Yes.
Yes, let me tell you something, Simon. Next time she say it, leave your clothes, leave all that stuff, and tell her I will buy new ones. Go buy.
Okay, because I got green, honey. I got green. That's
I got
what I
money.
got.
I'm gonna leave all them clothes so you can remember me by. That's what you do, Simon. That's what you
Yes.
do. Pack your bags and leave. And just leave all that stuff. She told me, I got access to his credit card. I got his credit card, so I'm going to book him a room. Girl, that man flew all the way from Germany
Germany. To
to
give you
see
a
your
storyline.
and thank you to give you a storyline because we're not here for her anyway. It's Preston for me all day long. I love me some Preston. Oh, I love me some
Right.
Preston. And Nick is my number one this year too. Nick.
Yes.
But
And Milo. Yes. Bring Milo, stay home, Bree.
just
Just
ship Milo
bring
to us. Ship him to us.
Milo
Ship
on a dog
Milo.
carrier. Yes. And
Mhm.
just put him on the plane and go back home. Okay.
How about we just get Simon and Milo to come and leave him?
Yes.
That's what we need.
Yes. That will
That's
be
what we need.
awesome.
That's what we need to do. Get Simon to bring Milo and do like we doing for what's her name? Jasmine husband. What's his name? For Jasmine
Yes, Jasmine husband Silas. Hmm.
Silas. Just have Bria on the little phone saying hello.
Like Pastor Jamal Bryant when he was dating Giselle in season 5. Yes, absolutely. He stay in the phone. Karen said some women can't get their bed out the phone. Okay, yes, that's all we need. That's all the
That's all we
exposure
need
we
from you,
need.
girl. That's all we need.
Okay.
No, I think Bria does this stuff for attention. She really doesn't want him to leave.
No.
So I think she does it for attention. Now, as far as women, why do women do it? I think women sometimes, if a woman really wants a man gone, she
Mhm.
won't open the door again.
Right.
Because once he's
Exactly.
out, he's out. So if you tell somebody, hey, this relationship is over and you don't mean it, don't say it.
Exactly.
If you want the
Exactly.
relationship to change and things to get better, then say that
Right. And
instead of that nonsense.
something tells me this is not the first time that she's thrown that
It's
into
not.
Simon's face because I don't know if this could be because he was inebriated, but that had no effect on him whatsoever. He was like, "Oh, you want me to leave? Okay." You know what I'm saying? He did not care. He just went on ahead, went to sleep, was drinking his whatever he was drinking because it was real loud, whatever he was drinking. But went back to whatever he was drinking while she was dead asleep. And, they moved forward. But
But what happened? They made up. She sat on the sofa, said, "Would you like to start on whether we're outside?" And he's talking, and And I'm going to get into some of that. Joseph said this in the comment. He said, honestly, it's 50-50. You got some people who believe she should live the way they do, and others who believe Shawnee is a whole adult and an adult kid and can talk how she wants to. It is what it is, talking about Shawnee. And Shaq. Also, Joseph said, Regina, we need to get a Houston dating show ready for Jonathan's next suitor. Sherry has some ideas for her fellow Libra already. Okay.
Yes.
It's gonna date Jonathan. Okay. It's gonna be called JoJo Speak Your Mind.
I like that. I like that as well. Oh, yeah, all of these ideas for my dating show, but I'm excited about it though.
I cannot wait. It needs to be a whole production for real, for real.
Yes. Okay. And not on Zeus. Okay. Because we don't do the fighting. Okay. We don't do the fisticuffs. I'm too grown for that. Okay.
Not on Zeus, because I will not be there. I am not going to be part of that.
Okay.
Nonsense.
I'm not signing nothing. I'm not accepting any checks. No, nothing. No.
Because you can't give me an NDA anyway, because I'm gonna tell everything.
Okay. Yes. My loose links will sink all the ships, honey. Okay.
No anchors. Everything's going.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But
Michelle said, I'm glad Bria's mom told her not to do that. Yeah, because Bria spoke to her mom, and Bria was like, I'm going to tell Nelly. And her mom was like, girl, he done came all the way from Germany, girl. Get yourself all the way together. He done came all the way from Germany. Let me say some things about what Bria was. Thank you, Michelle, for helping bring us back. Let me tell you some things about Bria. Bria, when she was talking to everybody, she's saying, "Oh, when I'm at his event, I don't, I'm not like that, and and I respect his event." Well, I'm glad that Simon corrected that, and Simon said, "Oh no, you didn't. You acted up at my event too. You came in and you were only there for a few minutes, and you acted up, and you're gonna walk out and leave and go sit in the car and talking about you don't f with none of these people." Thank you, Simon, for making it plain.
Exactly.
She don't act like she don't act up. And you know why, Bria? Why you got what you got from Simon? Because you gave it to Simon. So Simon gave it right back to you.
It seems like she makes a habit of staying in the car while everybody's out, doing their clubbing and whatnot, because she did that this season when she couldn't get Milo into the club. I think Bria, when things are not, when the world is not revolving around Bria, when the situation is not cause for Bria to be the main attraction, then Bria's not interested in participating. And that's such a selfish thing to do when you have friends who love you and want to have a good time with you, and you just exclude them from your experience. You just have your own little experience out in the car.
Well, here's why I think she does it, allegedly. Bria, when the attention is not 100% on her, she does it for two reasons. When it's 100% not on her, she will go to the car to try and get it on her.
Yes.
And then the other reason why I believe that Bria does this is because when the hot seat is on Bria, she will exit to try and leave so she don't have to deal with what they're dealing with. Hence Nick, when Nick was like, "Oh no, we gonna talk about this," and she was like, "Oh, why are you mad or whatever that she was saying," and then gonna decide to leave when Nick is trying to talk to you. So Bria has her plans as to why she does. She don't want to deal with the criticism. And also she wants the attention. And I believe maybe she did leave Simon's event. Maybe those other people were like, up there and they were posh maybe, and they were, and she probably felt like, oh, they're not paying me no attention. Or maybe they were like, this girl, bye. We ain't got no. And she has the nerve to talk about, oh, well, even your family had some negative things to say about me because I'm Black. Bria, I can probably guarantee you, allegedly, that it has nothing to do with you being Black as to why they don't want nothing to do with you or why they are saying things about you. Girl, I'm Black and I'm saying things about you.
Okay. And Regina, I would love to get your thoughts on the impromptu relationship counseling that Amir was doing with Bria and Simon in Amir's drunken stupor, but still being quite effective, at least in my opinion. How did you feel about that whole scene? Him sitting her down, understanding that she's overcompensating for something and overthinking the situation. What did you feel about that?
Amir. First of all, Amir.
Yes, sign Regina up for a counseling session. Yes.
Because I ain't gonna listen to nothing you say, but I'm gonna be there.
Okay. Yes, I'll be in attendance. Okay,
I will be in attendance. I will be sitting there while thou is talking to me.
Yes. Okay.
And I will be looking. I won't be listening, but I will be looking. Amir was so gone. Amir was so gone, gone, gone. And you
Here's what I want you to tell Bria. Say I'm sorry. Okay.
and you should not, if she said, don't come down with the penguin outfit, then you shouldn't have done it. Simon is like, but he said,
No.
no, you listen to her. That thing cracking me outside.
It was hilarious, but so beautiful because Amir cares about everyone in the house. Because I don't think Preston would have had the time or the patience to try to deal with Bria in that moment. But Amir is so sweet and so loving. He saw there was an issue and he wanted to address it. And I love the fact that he did that.
I like that he did that. I love that Amir did that. Lady Virgo say, not on Zeus. I'm done with y'all.
Okay, so, yeah, no.
Michelle said Simon didn't even blink an eye when she said that they were done. He didn't.
Not an eye. Not one of them. No.
Not one. Here's the thing. Amir is a sweetheart, but Amir, baby, Amir, sweetie, don't drink no more. Don't drink no more. You cannot, thank you, sweetheart. You cannot handle the liquor. Amir, and I was like, I've never seen Amir like that on an episode. What happened? And then we see the clip. Child, Amir and Preston. Preston challenged Amir to a shot contest, and Amir lost, child. Amir lost.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Amir lost, and he lost bad.
I could not tell that Preston was inebriated. I could not tell that Preston had been drinking at all. Preston was all himself. There's some people like that where alcohol really doesn't affect them, and Preston's obviously one of those people.
Oh goodness, Amir, he was feeling that thing. From the morning he got up, he was like, he didn't want no relations with his girlfriend. He was like,
Yeah.
She came over to him in the bed. He was like,
Call Amir Dr. Heavenly, honey. He's a certified relationship expert, honey. Okay, yes. Clock in, Amir. Clock in.
He's like, in the confessional, I was not inebriated. Amir, if you don't stop, that thing was so funny to me. We need to have drunk Amir counselor all the time.
Yes.
We need to have.
Absolutely.
He was trying to be so sweet, but Amir, that was so hilarious. Preston, I love Preston and his boo. Let me tell you, they are the best. I love them. They both in the kitchen talking about, well, we finally got our alone time. That cracked me up while they cleaning up the kitchen. Let's talk about, let me go back to Bria real quick. Bria, I would probably be okay if I don't see Bria next season.
Agreed.
Bria, I think, is very toxic. If you look at it, Bria has gotten into it with several of the castmates.
Yes.
Bria is a stirrer of trouble. She's very selfish. She's self-centered. And I don't think she's good for the cast. That's my opinion. If you all, have anything different to say, put it in a comment, let me know. But I do think that Bria and Simon's relationship, that could be also detrimental to Simon. Now, Bria's talking about, oh, you put me in a dangerous situation because if I move to Germany and these people, how they are with Black people and so forth. Bria, I'm very sure that there are other Black people that live in Germany. But by her telling Simon he's putting her in a dangerous situation, Bria, if you would look at your personality and your actions and reactions, you'll see that it's probably not Simon that's putting you in dangerous positions, but it may be you putting Simon in dangerous positions, because she kept saying, my ex-boyfriends defended me. My ex-boyfriends protected me. You don't protect me. You don't do this. But Bria, your behavior can get somebody hurt seriously.
Absolutely. And I feel as though if Germany was not a safe space for Black people, that will be a well-known fact for everybody to know. So we all know to steer clear from Germany. And so I think that's just an excuse for Bria not really understanding how she presents herself to others and how it affects others and the way that they look at her. And if she is aware of it, she just doesn't care.
Yeah, there is something there. Bria needs to get herself all the way together, because I'm fearful for Simon. And I'm not saying this from a joking standpoint, serious, because Bria, let's say if they were to go out somewhere to a club somewhere, Bria acts up, because we saw in this video, in this episode, that she talking about Nick was flirting with her. Now,
and
if
then
you
denies
think,
it.
If you think Nick was flirting with you and you call that flirting, if you and Simon go out to a club somewhere and a guy walks up and say, hey, pretty dress, are you going to say that's flirting and you going to get mad at Simon because Simon ain't defending your honor? Girl, you can get Simon into a lot of trouble.
I haven't seen Nick look her way not once this season. Not once this
Well,
season.
the producer showed the clips of what she alleges was flirting. And I was like, girl, if you don't stop, just stop. And why are they coming for Nick anyway? And let me tell you, Tasia,
good job for getting out of there, girl.
Good job. The way she handled that thing.
Getting out of there.
She was like, no, she said, I don't need to leave. She said, I'm already going to leave. I don't need to hear this. You better learn, you know how to shut them down, girl. Shut them all the way down, Tasia.
Right. So let's go ahead and get into that conversation that Bria had with Noelle and Shanice concerning Nick and his what they want to consider antics and him being touchy-feely with them and being inappropriate with them. And they're saying that, you know, if he was in a situation where he felt like he wanted to get someone else, we feel like he would get with him. And like, I don't get that vibe at all from Nick. I think Nick is a man. He has eyes. He sees what he likes and he appreciates what he likes. And that's it.
Why are they so on Nick about this when you got Alex who actually slept with Summer?
I think they feel like Nick is an easy target because he's so low key, because he doesn't cause anyone any issues. And they feel as though if they get at him, maybe he won't have that much of a reaction, because I don't think they expected Nick to have the type of conversation with him near the end of the episode that he did. I think they feel like they can just mess with his life and then run away and hide their hand. And, you know, we didn't do anything wrong, because when he addressed the situation in the kitchen, neither Shanice nor Noelle nor Bree actually backed up what they said at that conversation in the backyard.
None of them. Noelle about to cry. She about to cry. Somebody need to help me out. I need to go and get the girls.
Now, let's address Natalie, because we could say that Natalie was a little bit of a pot stirrer in this situation. However, she did tell us that she is friends with Tasia. So if she's friends with Tasia, then of course you would want Tasia to know, you know, what's going on and what might be coming her way. So I understand her wanting to warn her friend. However, I do see it as someone stirring the pot and wanting to get a conversation going, to get drama going for the show. I didn't like what Natalie was doing at all.
I didn't like that Natalie, even when she was talking with the girls, say, well, I'll be the one to let her know. I didn't even like that. To me, I was like, girl, you doing too much. You just came in the room. You doing
just got
too much.
Here.
So I don't think she should have did. Now, if we're going to go and say, well, Natalie is friends with Tasia off camera, okay, I can understand you saying, I want to go and tell my friend and have this conversation with my friend. Right. We didn't know that. If producers left us out of that loop, then okay, Natalie, I get what you were doing. I just don't think it was a good look, because the producers did not let us know that they're, you know, buddies or so forth.
Well, Natalie said in her confessional that she is friends with Tasia. So she did reveal that she is friends with her.
But here's the thing, Tasia, when Tasia looked at Natalie, when Natalie got up and came around to that table,
she knew what was coming.
She knew. She was like, girl, this ain't good. This is messy, and I am not giving you this TV moment.
Right, exactly.
So even if Natalie is friends with Tasia, Tasia knows her friend. Yes. And she's not giving her that. And I'm glad she did not give her that. Because Tasia, if that's your friend, if Natalie is your friend, she could have texted you just like she was texting Nick in the car.
Right.
She could have texted her and say, girl, this is what they're saying about your man. You did not have to get that camera moment, because she shut you all the way down. That is so much class in what Tasia did.
Absolutely.
I was applauding her and rewinding that thing twice, because I was like, this is how you do it. You don't let nobody shine when you know they are mud. Leave them in the mud. And what did Natalie do? She went right on back, her tail between her legs, went right on back and sat on back down over there. And then Amir's going to say, well, you know, just talk to them and let them know you were trying to do it good. You weren't trying to be messy. But the way you presented, you should, if you were her friend, if I'm your friend, Jonathan, I'm not going to give the camera people no time. I'm going to text you first, Jonathan. Okay, this next scene coming up. Should we do this?
Right, exactly.
Thank you. You know, Mm-mm.
And here's my thing with Amir. As much as I love Amir, I felt like Amir understands the
Hi, Aaron.
situation. Hey, Aaron. Amir had the conversation with Nick concerning his touchy feelingness, and so the fact that he was okaying Natalie doing what she was doing, I did not like that. I wish that he would have checked her in that moment and said, "This is none of your business. You're not involved in this whatsoever. You haven't been aware or attentive during these times that you
Girl,
haven't seen
leave them
him do
girls alone.
what they said that he's done. So stay out of the mess." But
Hmm.
I think he knows Natalie. He knows what she likes to do, and he's just going to play along with it. But I didn't
She
like that.
was in the drama. She was getting it. She was getting in the drama from day one. She was
But
getting
yet she don't get along with those girls. Yet they're not her crowd. Yet she don't like to party with them. Okay, girl. Okay.
okay. We
See,
see
I
you,
took
Natalie.
that as her not wanting to get into the mess. But then this episode, she showed us that she likes to get into the mess.
She likes to
And
get into the mess.
she doesn't mind being the facilitator of the mess.
And why are they bringing up this thing saying Nick is touchy feely when he done had this conversation with them already? And then even Jordan said, well, yeah, he went too far with me. And producer showed him just pushing her like this. And she was like, oh, stop, get away from me. And he was just like, I don't see the touchy feely that they talking about. What is Nick supposed to walk around like this all day? What are you kidding me? Y'all, or are y'all seeing something that I'm not seeing? Because I don't see it.
I also loved the fact that Alex stood up for Nick in that moment. I loved the fact that Alex stood up for his friend in that moment. That was a very, very good thing for him to do because he saw Nick was very uncomfortable. Although he
Absolutely.
knew that he had to address the situation, I don't think Nick is comfortable with confrontation. I'm not comfortable with confrontation. So I'm so glad that Alex had his friends back in that moment. What did you think of Alex speaking up for him?
I love that Alex stood up. I love that Alex was the one that came in the room, serious face, and like, listen, y'all need to, check yourselves. Basically, what he was saying. Y'all up here coming for him, and nobody giving a valid reason as to all of this mess. Nobody
No
giving no
one.
real valid reason. The girls said what they said. They didn't want to, tell me. All they had to do, and bravo, yes, Alex, bravo. All the girls had to do was to own they mess. Noel, I'm gonna need you to stay out of the woman drama if you can't stand in it.
Exactly, because
We,
when she was trying to give her explanation to Nick, she was like, "Somebody help me out!" So y'all
right.
say what y'all was saying. Like, no,
And
because
then leaving them, let me go and get them so they can explain. No, girl, tell
and
your
then for
side.
and then for Bria to say, "Why are you so upset, Alex? You must be upset because you know it's true." No, when someone is accused of something that they have nothing to do
They're
with
gonna
and
be
they did
upset.
not do at all, they're gonna be in your face and confronting you on why it is that you said about me because you know darn well that I had nothing to do with that. So
The
yes, I'm going to
reason
speak up
why,
and yes, I'm going to defend myself.
right.
Absolutely. That's what innocence looks like for the most
The
part.
reason why Nick was so upset is because this is a girl who he really adores, is in
Mhm.
love with, and wants to build a future with. And you
Right.
guys are trying to tear it apart, and you
Mhm.
guys are supposed to be his friends. What friends are going to try and tear apart a beautiful relationship simply because you want to get a reaction from each other and from the television? That's not a friend.
For a
Y'all should be
reality
trying
TV moment.
right. Y'all should be trying to build up this man and his relationship so he won't be as touchy feely with y'all and he can be all touchy feely with her.
Right.
So Bria sitting there talking, why are you so upset? Why? I would have been worse because I wouldn't have stayed in my seat.
Exactly.
At least
Yes.
Nick stayed in his seat. And
Yes.
yes, I'm hyped and I'm a little upset because I'm for Nick this season. I'm
Right.
for him.
But he kept his composure for the most part. And then for Bria to say, don't raise your voice at me. At that moment, Nick had not raised his voice at her yet. But then after that, that's when he kind of, got up and,
I don't blame
in
him.
the volume of his voice. But Nick is such a good guy. And it's so terrible that people in reality shows use moments to bring something up against someone that is out
Right.
of their character. At least for me, at least in my opinion, that's out of his character just to have a reality TV moment.
Listen,
That's low.
I was yelling at Bria from the TV. Maybe she thought it was Nick, but it was really me. Maybe it was me she heard because I was yelling at her at that point. I was like, girl,
Right.
stop. What a mess. I think because Bria is not in a happy relationship, Nick now is. She wants to ruin that. Shanice is not in a relationship, so she wants to ruin it.
Hmm.
Noelle is not in a relationship. She's conflicted. She's confused. She don't know what's going on. And Alex not paying her no attention. And she
Okay.
just keeps getting herself caught in the drama. I think all of that is looking at, okay, this is why y'all want to come for Nick. Nick is
Right.
happy. Nick is successful. Nick is confident in himself. So y'all want to come for Nick. Y'all need to, and then and also remember, Jonathan, Nick's girlfriend Tasia was not in any of the drama mess
At
that
all.
relates to the girls. So she separates herself from that. So the
She does.
girls are probably like, oh, but she act like she better than us. Let's talk about her. But see, they not talking about Natalie. Well, they were. But now
Right.
Natalie is all trying to be in with them. So it's like, okay, we taking the focus off of Natalie. She's in with us. She in. But Tasia's not in with us.
Right. I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't seen Tasia with the other girls literally at all,
No.
unless they were all in a group setting. And so
Mm-mm.
she that was telling us that she really don't get with the girls like that
Yep.
without telling us she don't get with the girls like that. So when you
Mhm.
show with your actions what your intentions are, you don't really have to say it out loud. And then so when Natalie contradicts herself after saying that she don't get with the girls like that, but then she's all up in the girls'
All with the
business,
girls.
what does that say about you, Miss Natalie?
It says a lot. Well, Dustin said this. He said, I love your shirt, Jonathan.
Thank you. It's my pink Power Ranger shirt. Tear
All
that
right,
down. Yes.
Power Ranger. Here's the thing. I love how Nick stands up to the girls and has this conversation with the girls. I wish that he did not have to defend himself to his own friends.
Right.
And that lets me know that these girls really don't want Nick to be happy, because
No.
when he wasn't mentioning that he had a girlfriend, they were fine. But the moment he mentions that he has a girlfriend, now it's all of a sudden, oh, we didn't know about it. You know, you've been with her all the time. And then she came in the first season, they tried to start mess. And Tasia, the woman that she is, was like, I'm not letting this drama go down. Now, second season, here come Tasia again. They are still together, and y'all are still on Nick and Tasia. Y'all need to let Nick be happy, enjoy himself, and y'all need to all go find a real life and leave him alone. That to me is just so crazy
Regina,
how people would do this.
do you think there's a chance that
Mhm.
some of the girls actually want to be with Nick in a romantic way and maybe want him to no
No,
longer be with Tasia so they can have a chance?
no, you know what I think it is? Tasia's a beautiful girl. She's
Mhm.
confident in who she is, confident in who Nick is, and she don't pay those ladies no dust.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that's what they have a problem with.
It annoys them.
She is not a dust payer.
Yeah.
She stays in the clouds and she let them stay on the ground. And I
Yes.
think that's I truly think that's what it is, because she don't get entangled in the mess, and she stays elevated. And because she stays elevated, they don't know how to accept that as we're good. And anytime somebody is higher up, everybody is always trying to grab and get them and try and bring them back down.
And I'm loving the contrast in the different relationship couples that we're seeing on the show.
Yeah, I
We
love
have
it.
Preston and his man who have clearly a healthy, beautiful relationship. We have
Yeah.
Nicholas and Tasia in clearly a beautiful, healthy
Hmm.
relationship. And then on the other hand, you have Simon and Bria, who seem to have no business being together. But I love to see the contrast in that. But really quickly, I want to get your opinion on the producers asking Nick about marrying Tasia. And it seemed like he went around the circle, about 5, 6, 7, 8 times before really answering the question and saying, "Oh, yes, yes, we really want to jump the broom." And if anybody doesn't know what jumping the broom
What the
means,
grooming.
saying, that means you get married. So, what did you think of Nick kind of, being a little vague, but eventually getting to the answer they were looking for?
I think Nick is a talker
Yeah,
uh, on subjects when it's something that he really loves. And I don't think he was intending on being evasive to the question.
because that's
But
what he
let's
was.
remember, this is his first probably serious relationship, his
Hmm.
first probably real love. And yes, he probably does want to get married, but he's also in television. I don't know if I would have said, yes, right away also, because all this is being filmed. It's on the record. You
Right.
know, and Nick is probably like, well, maybe if I say yes now and then we don't get married, this is gonna be on record. He's a smart guy. I would have probably beat around the bush 3 or 4 or 5 times too.
Right.
Because if
Exactly.
it doesn't work out, we still did not get a real positive yes or no.
Exactly. And here's my thing. I do find that "are you getting married" question slightly rude because you don't know if those are the intentions of the couple that you're referring to when you ask that
Mhm,
question. So maybe
mhm,
they've already had the conversation that marriage just might not be for them. And at the end of the day, I'm sure if you're friends, you might be interested, but at the end of the day, it's really none of your business. As long as they're
mhm,
not beating up on each other, as long as not they're being abusive to one another, you should be happy with wherever they are in their relationship. I think we should take the whole marriage question out of whole marriage question out of the question
mhm,
in 2024. We have to understand that different relationships are not the way that they were back in the day, where we're getting married at the age of 18, right out of high school. We're not doing that. We're
mhm.
actually dating. We're actually getting to know our partners. We're actually looking for our forever person. And so don't ask someone if they're going to get married, because really it's none of your business at the end of the day.
I would say this with if somebody wants to ask someone, or are y'all getting married? Are you getting married soon? Accept their first answer and leave it at that.
Yeah.
If they simply say, "Hey, we're not sure yet," don't be like, "What?"
You know it's going to be a follow-up. You know it's
Right.
going to be a follow-up, Regina.
Leave the follow up alone. Leave
Yes.
it alone. You know who is getting married? Preston. Preston's getting
Yeah.
married. Why nobody asking about his wedding? Why we not asking about
Nobody's
his?
asked them about it
He's
because they
getting
don't
married.
care.
But I think that if you're going to ask someone, "Are we getting married? Are you getting married?" Whatever, just let it be for that one answer. And whatever that one answer is, I'm not sure. Yes, we will. Maybe we won't. Leave it at that. Stop.
Exactly.
Hey, let's talk real quick about Summer saying that she's not drinking. And also, the next episode coming up, she's going to be contemplating leaving.
Leaving.
I
Yes.
thought that's probably going to be good for her. Money wise, it may be an issue because I do believe they're all being financially compensated for being on the show,
Right.
minus the guests. But
Mhm.
her not being there, I think is probably good. The one thing I kept saying when I would see Summer on here is, Lord, please don't let anything bad happen to her grandmother and she's not there.
Right,
I
exactly. Yeah,
kept,
she called her grandmother. Her grandmother was about to go
yeah,
into surgery. I loved seeing
yeah,
that, and I love that they put Nana in as her name when she's on the phone. I love seeing that. But I
yeah,
always love it when those who are used to drinking or being inebriated going through a sober moment. A lot
yeah.
of times, what they'll say is that it was boring. And I love the fact that Summer did not say that she did not
Yeah.
have a good time. She had a good time. She was present. She was able to be present in the moment, able to be present at the parties, able to
Right.
have a good time
Right.
without drinking. And hopefully, this helps her in the future and understanding that her inebriation just elevates her issues and brings all of her issues to the surface, whereas she feels like she has to address all of those issues all at the same time. And so I'm so glad that she had a sober moment. And you know, the fact that she said she wanted to leave, this is the season finale. I think we're on day 13 out of 15, and you say you want to leave on day 14. Okay, whatever you need to, make yourself feel better, girl. I'm with it. If you need to go ahead and go. We all leaving tomorrow, but hey, if you need to leave one day early, so be it.
And I don't think they have a reunion for the show. So, Summer, if you have to leave, we understand. We
I
totally
heard that they
understand.
might be getting a reunion, though. I did
I hope they
hear
do because
from
last year they did
Alexander
not. Go
from
ahead, John.
Alexander Rogers, another YouTuber. I think he said that they might have a reunion. Don't quote me on that, but they might
I
have
hope
one.
they do. Last
I
year
hope
they
so
did not
too.
have one. They did not have one. Let's talk real quick while we have a few minutes left regarding Jordan and Jasmine. Jordan and Jasmine riding on the bicycles, and Jordan absolutely loving her time with Jasmine. And in her confessional, Jordan was like, "This is what she misses, this time that she
Yes.
has with Jordan, because now that she's married, that Jasmine is married, she don't get to have that time with her." I want to say this from a marriage standpoint, and when I was single, but I see it more so from a marriage standpoint. Jasmine is in a tough situation because she is
Mhm.
married and now her time has to be shared. It has to be divided. And so as a friend, I want friends to realize this going forward when you have a friend that gets married. When your friend gets married, even if that's your bestie, even if that's your sister or your brother or whoever it is, know that their 100% time that they gave you before is now going to be cut.
Right.
They have to make time for that spouse that they have. And that spouse's time is going to take up the majority of the time that they have. So you will be lacking out. I tell people this all the time. If you're a good friend to somebody, you're still that good friend. It's just the
Right.
time is different. So when whatever time you have with that friend now, after they've gotten married, enjoy it, cherish
Right.
it. But
Yes.
don't try and diminish it by saying, oh, you don't spend no more time with me because you over there with them. That person is in a tough situation. And I want to say this to you, Jordan, real quick, too. If you think your time has been diminished because Silas is he in the picture, wait until this baby comes.
Okay.
Your time will be diminished even more.
Even more. Yes.
Even more. So just understand Jasmine is not doing it on purpose. She is simply trying to be a wife, a friend, and still handle her financial business affairs, whatever she has to do, and still have to have time for the other family members that want her time. So y'all give Jasmine and other married couples a break and understand that they're not saying they don't need you in their life no more. They don't want you in their lives or they don't have no more time for you. They do. They just have to now divide that time up, and it takes some time. And here's what I want to say to the friends also. The best thing for you to do to have more time with your friend when they get married is
Hmm.
to have a good relationship with their spouse.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, if you got a good relationship with that spouse, you may have more time with the couple. But
Right.
if you have a bad relationship with that spouse can make your time diminish even more.
Right, because you have to understand that spouse is now their number one.
Yeah.
I want to say this really quickly, and then I'll get to Jasmine really quickly.
Hmm.
When Jennifer first got married to Tyrone, I
Hmm.
thought I was losing my sister because I thought
Mm.
that he was going to take her away from me. I thought that slightly resented Tyrone just a little bit
Hmm.
because around
Hmm.
that time, me and Jennifer had been working together. We spent a
Yeah.
whole lot of time together, and I really felt like I was going to lose that. But then I had to understand that now Tyrone is just an extension of Jennifer. Now Tyrone
Yeah.
comes along with Jennifer. Now I have a new brother, and now Tyrone is the best man for Jennifer. And so I'm so glad that Jennifer has found a husband and
Yes.
has happiness and has a partner, and is happy in that. Here's my thing with Jasmine. I
Yeah.
don't think Jasmine knows how to be a good married friend. I don't think that
No.
she knows how to be herself in a marriage. She knows how to
Hmm.
be herself when she's single, but she doesn't know how to conduct herself while she is married and still
Hmm.
going out with her friends and doing the things because she feels like if she does the things she used to do, then she's
Hmm.
not respecting her marriage with Silas,
Hmm.
especially since
Hmm.
Silas does seem to be a little bit of a harsh type of very
Hmm.
conservative, very by the book type of guy who really doesn't do much of the fun stuff and didn't really see him doing much drinking in the first season. So it doesn't
Hmm.
seem like he's the outgoing type. And so he seems like to be so opposite from Jasmine. And Jasmine feels like she has to cater to what Silas is and how Silas presents when she's with him. But when he's not around, it's almost like she doesn't know who to be. And that seems like
Hmm.
a very weird space to be in. And I do feel for her in that space. But that's what happens when you don't know who you are to begin with. And I
Yeah.
don't think Jasmine knows who she is. She knows what everyone
I,
else expects her to be, but she
right.
doesn't know who she wants to be herself.
I think Jasmine does know who she is, but I think she's having a hard time trying to be the same Jasmine with each relationship.
Having a hard time reconciling who she
Right.
is
And I
with
think
them.
I think what a lot of people do, and I dealt with that when I was young, I would be one way with this friend, another way with this friend, another
Yeah.
way with this family
Hmm.
member,
Me
so forth.
too.
And you get it's so tiring. You get
It
so
is.
tired through the process. And then what happens when all those people come together, you now have to be one because everybody's looking like, you change, you different, you this, you that. And so I had to learn to give myself a break and not to be so tired. What I did, I said, I'm just going to be me, and whoever accepts me for me, y'all fine and thank you so much.
Right.
But I think Jasmine is going to have to learn that to get out of the tiredness of trying to be one way with Simon, one way with Jordan, one way with Summer, one way with Preston. She's just going to have to be herself. And when you can learn to be yourself in every situation,
Hmm.
you get so much freshness and rejuvenation, and it's so much easier. And I think that's part of why Jasmine, besides her being pregnant, is so tired and so much that was going on is because she was trying to be so much to so many.
Right.
And that
Exactly.
takes a lot. It takes so much time and work. So when Jasmine learns, hey, I'm just me, accept me, and this is who I am, and I'm fine, girl, fine. Because let me tell you, Jasmine's time is about to be divided
Yes, it is.
with this baby
And with this
and
baby, do
Simon.
you think she'll be on the next season? I hope she will be, but do you think she'll be on the next season with this baby coming along?
I hope she is, but you know what? You know what I'm concerned about?
What?
When have we ever seen a baby come on the picture on a Summer House episode?
Never, never.
So I'm
Candace
not
made the decision to
sure.
leave Housewives of Potomac, when her baby came along. And I feel like, especially with the way that Silas and Jasmine's relationship is from what we've seen in the first season, I don't know if being on camera would be the best with a baby in their midst.
Mm,
I think they need to, especially within the first year.
mm.
It'll still be within the first year. But I'm sure the babies have already been born. Yeah, have already been born. So I'm sure they'll probably film this year. But within the first year, I think that time needs to be spent with just family. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
and I don't even know if Simon's going to go for that because remember, Summer House is about vacationing, and they're
Yes,
vacationing for a few weeks out there. And
right.
if Simon is not Simon, I'm sorry, Silas.
Silas.
If Silas is not on that vacation, I don't know if he's going to want Jasmine to be there because
I
remember,
don't think he
Summer
will.
House is about partying,
Yes, it
having fun,
is.
getting drunk, drinking, all that stuff. And Silas may not want his baby around all that.
Silas wants his wife to be a certain way, and now when you add mother into the mix,
Ooh.
honey, Silas is going to have some expectations. And is
Ooh.
Jasmine going to be able to live up to those expectations? I don't think she'll be able to do it in the summer house. I don't think
And you
so.
know what? We may have been getting a glimpse of our answer because we have not been seeing much of Jasmine on this season
Right.
anyway. So they may have been doing that purposely, allegedly, to maybe kind of fade her out a little bit because
And I
we haven't been really seeing a lot of her
and I can
on this
appreciate that.
season. Yeah. And
I
she
can
needs to get her
appreciate
rest anyway. So if we're going to replace Jasmine, I guess we just gonna have to bring Noelle back. I guess we just gonna have to bring Noelle back. Summer, I think she needs a break. Shanice, she's gonna be there because she's got a large following.
that. Right.
Bria, I hate it, but every show needs a villain, so they may have to bring her back as
Might
well.
as well, I guess.
Preston, he is going to support the LGBTQIA plus community, and he gets a plus plus
Absolutely.
from me, so he has to come back. Alex,
Kind of people.
Alex, I'm not sure, Alex, what you're bringing this season. I'm not sure, Alex.
I'm
You're
good with Alex being there. I think
yeah.
Alex is sort of kind of a wild card in the situation with this
Mm,
group. You really
okay.
don't know what to expect from him sometimes, but he
Mm,
always brings something interesting to the table, especially
okay.
when it comes to his singing. I do like to hear him attempt at least to sing from time to time. But yes, I do love Alex being in the mix. I definitely want him to come
Well,
back
we
this
definitely
season.
are going to get Nicholas back if he would join us. Yes, Nicholas, come back.
Absolutely.
Amir, definitely. I don't think Amir would say
Okay.
no. I think
It
Amir
ain't
will
no
come back.
summer house without a mirror in the
Ain't
mix,
no summer
okay?
house.
Ain't
Ain't no
no summer house without a
summer.
mirror, honey,
Ain't
okay?
no summer. Ain't no house. Ain't no summer. Ain't none of that
Ain't no
without
Martha's
Amir.
Vineyard, no none of that.
No ocean. No trampolines.
No,
No liquor.
no,
No show
no, okay?
without our Amir.
Okay?
Now we can leave his girlfriend off. She ain't got to come back no more. We
No,
good. We
no,
saw
no,
her.
no,
We
no,
knew her.
no, no more Natalie. Please stay at
She
home.
all on his Instagram page. So,
Do your real estate thing, do your thing, your $2 million homes that you're selling. Yeah, go do that. Go do that. Have your
do
fun.
all that.
Okay.
And stay on his Instagram page, but stay off the show. We done with you, Natalie. We don't need to see you no.
Hey, Bianca.
Hello, Bianca. Thank you so much. She said I like Alex too. All right, you guys.
I do too.
Well, you guys, this has been our recap of Martha's House, Martha's House, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. I'm gonna just call it the Alex show and the Alex and Amir show, the AA show. Alex,
Yes, I like that. Alex and Amir show. That's perfect. That
it's
is
like Anna.
perfect.
It's like the Anna show. Alex, Nick, Amir. But then we got
Yes,
Preston. We got
yes.
Preston. We got to put Preston in there too. Alex, we'll figure something out. But I like
We
Anna.
will. Yes,
Alex,
we
Nick,
love the men's.
Amir.
We love the men's.
Yeah, and Preston.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Jonathan, for being here. We're going to be right back, you guys, with our 90-day fiance recap. Listen, 90-day fiance, happily ever after. Are they happily ever after? We're about to have that conversation right here on the Juice Radio Talk Show at 7:30 p.m. Hit that notification bell to be reminded when we go live. And listen, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up on it. If you have any suggestions or comments regarding our commentary, we take constructive, loving criticism as well. Go ahead and put that in the comment section as well. But before you write it and type it out and send it, think about this. If I were writing this, or if somebody else was writing this to me, how would I receive it? Think about it, and then rewrite it and send it in a loving way that you could look at it and say, I sent this. I know they're going to love this commentary. Then press the send button. All right.
Right.
Thank y'all so very much for being here. Remember, Jonathan has his own channel on YouTube as well called JoJo Speaks. He comes on Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. with reality chat, hot topics, and all sorts of commentary. Check him out over there on YouTube at JoJo Speaks. Jonathan, thank you so much. But I'm going to see you right back over here with Jonathan. Oh my goodness, with Aaron and Dustin, all of them.
Yes. Hey, Regina, could you stay on after we go off the air?
Yes. Yes. But Jonathan, before we go, we need to do our closing thoughts. What is the closing thought for today's episode?
Yes. The world does not revolve around us. It does not revolve around us. We are one of billions. So understand that the world does not revolve around you. There are others to consider. So consider others in your actions. Consider others in your words. Consider others in everything that you do, because it will have an effect on how people receive you and what it is that you present.
See there? Come on now. There are billions of people. Thank you, Jonathan.
Billions. You're welcome.
All right, you guys. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful evening, but we're going to be right back. See y'all on the next one. Bye y'all.